아이 못하겠다.
자, 겁이 매우 많이 나는 모양입니다. 사자 등타기. 과연 가능할까요? 심바는 큰 놈이 다가와도 귀찮은 듯 본체만치 합니다. 심바를 어릴 때부터 키운 사자의 아버지 페르코스가 지상렬씨를 도와주는데요. 어여 제발 물지만 말아다오. 이야, 지상렬 사자 등타기 성공이지요? 예. 자, 그 와중에도 카메라를 의식하고 있습니다. 두 번째 실험은요, 호랑이에게 인형을 주면 어떤 반응을 보일까? 아직 어린 호랑이지만 마치 사냥감을 덮치는 것처럼 날카로운 어금니로 숨통을 끊으려 하고 있습니다.
In 1990, we was producing our own show called Magic Adventure for Seoul, Korea. We hired this choreographer called Rich Rizzo, who worked for the MGM here in Las Vegas and for the Stardust, one of the most famous choreographers. And we said, Rich, we want to do something different.
I think we had like a $250,000 budget, if I'm not mistaken. And we did this one underwater number with the sea monster and all that. You know, I mean, the concepts were great. And it started off with two aliens. They were in a spaceship, and they're flying, and you know.
This is Starship 3C-48.
They see a casino, and they fly by, and it goes into the opening number.
One of the things the Koreans, they didn't give us time to practice. We got only 2 days to open.
We had not rehearsed with the animals or the costumes yet, and we were opening that night. I said to Tony, I wanted everybody to have their costumes on so there are no surprises in the show.
That was brand new costume.
Our face was covered with feathers like a witch doctor's.
They had a headpiece, they had backpack or shoulders on, you know, and it was all feathers.
So I put a feather costume on so the tiger will be know me before the show starts.
And I said to Tony, did you take the animals on their tour to just get used to their surroundings? You know? He said, oh no, he said, Asia, she's like a house cat, she'll be fine.
So when the tiger appeared, I could see her in the eyes. She's like looking at me like, who is this big chicken?
And this tiger's huge, huge.
And in the scene, we're doing like the tiger jumps on me and we're doing this kind of wrestling match. I'm pretending I'm fighting with her. We basically had this mask on. We looked like voodoo gods with masks. So when she saw me, she was like scared, panicked. When the tiger got scared, they tried to grab on something. So when the feather went to mouth, she bited into it. We fell on the stage. But the dancer was there doing the number. They thought it's part of the wrestling match. I thought she gonna release me, but she was in a panicky mood. So meanwhile, my brother saw it.
I see that she have his arm in her mouth, holding it. She was biting, you know, like biting.
So she put the pulse on my hand and she just pulled. And she ripped all the tendons all the way. I felt it all the way till my brain. That's pain. But my brother jumped on her and opened the mouth.
So I came there to try to give her on the nose.
So she released me, but he had a big cape and feathers also.
Then she jumped on my leg, but it was full of feathers. So she was chewing on my knee.
That cat saw two birds, not his masters, two birds, and he attacked them. They were like rag dolls. When the tiger got a hold of them, he was taking them around like this, and I was just like, ah, ah, ah! I couldn't believe it was happening.
Meanwhile, I stood up and I see the blood spraying all over.
The blood was going in the like 3 feet in the air.
I need to wrap it up, otherwise I'm gonna die of bleeding out. And I screamed, somebody give me something. So we had these fire torches, and I banged the tiger on the nose, and she released my brother, and she came out of the trance. I said, what the stupid tiger, what you doing? And I took her, and I brought her back to the cage. We got injured, and we've been going to hospital.
All I can remember is then the helicopter arriving, wrapping them up on stretchers and taking them. And I knew that I was responsible to get this show on at 6 o'clock.
Okay, here we go. Places, poses.
They had a contract with the hotel and they had to open that night. So I took all the animals out of the show and I used dancers to come out of the illusions. But the thing was, I didn't fit into their costumes. So I wore a G-string through the whole show. I want to say I saved the show because they probably would have got sued for not opening that night and lost their contract.
I never blamed the tiger. It was my fault because I never showed the feathers, and a feather should be never close to a tiger, you know? Now I know.